Shaboom! Welcome to Destiny Children's TV!
Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Hey everybody, it's great to see you today on Destiny Children's TV. We're going to have so much fun together. Are you ready for all the fun? I hope you are. We're going to have crafts with Jackie. We're going to have a Bible story from Vanessa. We've got a whole brand new section coming up as well. But to start off with, before we do worship, we're going to do something very special. We're going to find out what you've been up to recently. Thank you to everybody who has sent in photos and videos of you guys doing your crafts and dancing and worshipping to Jesus. We're going to check out what you guys have been up to now, and then we're going to go into worship. So let's check it out.
Greatest day in history. Death has beaten, you have rescued me. Sing it out, Jesus is alive. The empty cross, the empty grave, life eternal, you have won the day. Shout it out, Jesus is alive. He's alive. And oh, happy day, you washed my sin away. Oh, happy day, I'll never be the same. Forever I am changed. In your light, I find my strength, and in your truth, I overcome. And in your praise, I lose myself, for in your love, you turn my tears of sadness into such joy and gladness. My heart can keep it, and I'm shouting. You turn my tears of sadness into such joy and gladness. My heart can keep it, and I'm shouting. Whoa. In your joy, I find my strength. In your hope, I overcome. And in your grace, I lose myself, for in your love, you turn my tears of sadness into such joy and gladness. My heart can't keep it in, I'm shouting. You turn my tears of sadness into such joy and gladness. My heart can't keep it in, I'm shouting. life down at your feet. You're the only one I need. I turn to you and you are always there. In troubled times, it's you I seek. I put you first, that's all I need. Humble all I am, all to you. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. You were always, always there, every how and everywhere. Your grace abounds so deeply within me. You will never ever change. Yesterday, today the same. Forever till forever meets no end. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. 'Cause you are the way, the truth, and the life. We'll live by faith and not by sight. For you, we're living all for you. 'Cause you are the way, the truth, and the life. We'll live by faith and not by sight. For you, we're living all for you. 'Cause you are the way, the truth, and the life. We'll live by faith and not by sight. For you, we're living all for you. 'Cause you are the way, the truth, and the life. We live by faith and not by sight. For you, we're living all for you. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. Is this thing on?
Well, hello everybody to a brand new section of Destiny Children's TV where we say hello there with Zoom with Grandma. And here with me today is our very special host, Grandma.
Hello, how's it going, everybody? Is this thing on? Is it
Yes,
on?
Grandma, you're on, you're live.
Is it working?
It is.
I can't see anybody.
To see you. Well, if you just step back, you should be able to see me. I'm waving my hands.
Oh, yes, there we go. Yes, yes.
Now, how's Dusty, though? How's Dusty
Oh,
and
he's...
Ziggy?
Oh, they're fine. They're just doing the dishes.
Is Ziggy using Dusty as a duster?
Yes, he's a bit wet at the minute.
Wonderful. And today we've got a very, very special guest. Are you ready to meet our special guest, Grandma?
Oh, yes, please. Who is it?
Please, everybody, say a big hello to Leah.
Hi.
Hey! Hi, Leah.
Hello, Grandma.
How's it going?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you. I'm very well.
You almost sound, Grandma, like you're losing your voice slightly.
Well, I think it's because I've got to shout because of all this technology.
Who is there? Who's there right now?
Just me and Granddad in this kitchen.
Ah, good to see you too.
Now, Leah, how are you? How are you at the minute? How are you with all the craziness that's going on?
I'm good.
How are you, Grandma?
I'm doing all right. I've just got somebody else doing my shopping for me.
Ah, that's good. I hope they get everything that you want.
They do, although sometimes they do get the wrong kind of peas.
Oh. So let me ask you a question, Leah. If you had to describe yourself as a fruit or a vegetable, what would you describe yourself as?
Probably a cucumber.
Ooh, interesting. Why?
Well, around my friends, I like to keep cool, like cucumbers do when you like put them on your eyes.
Ooh, I like that. She's
Yes.
as cool as a cucumber.
So, how is school going for you at the minute, Leah?
It's very good. High school is still confusing though.
Yes, I can imagine. Does it still seem really, really big?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you remember high school, Grandma?
No, that's too far away. I can't remember anything past yesterday.
Can you tell me one thing you did this summer?
I went on lots of walks around Muka.
Now then, what is your favourite item of Destiny Children's TV?
I quite enjoy Grandma and Dusty.
Woo! I knew it! I knew it!
Grandma and Dusty. Are there any other elements you like?
I enjoy worshipping.
Oh, good. Me too. Although
Yes.
I'm not very good at singing. Are you good at singing?
People would say I am, but I don't think I am.
Oh, do you want to hear some?
Yes,
And oh, happy day, you wash my sin away.
And just one final question, Leah. What is your favourite Bible story?
I really like Daniel and the Lion's Den.
Oh, that's really good. You know what? Today we're going to talk about Daniel and the Lion's Den. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful to be chatting to you today. Anything you want to say, Grandma?
It's been lovely. It's so nice to see somebody's face. I haven't seen anybody in months.
Coolio. Okay, thank you very much, Grandma. Thank you, Leah. It's been wonderful chatting to you and catching up today on Destiny Children's TV. Goodbye.
Bye.
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 Stories of the Bible. Daniel in the Lion's Den. This is Daniel.
Oh, hey.
Who was a Jewish man who was taken to Babylon when he was very young.
Yeah.
Daniel loved God and followed God's rules. He talked to God 3 times a day and asked God for help often. Daniel served in the Babylonian king's court for many years
Yeah, I know him.
and under many kings.
Hey, Daniel.
Daniel always proved himself to be more capable than all the other court officials.
Nice here, huh? Thanks. Well, anytime.
Daniel was serving under King Darius, and because of his great abilities, the king made plans to place him in charge of the entire empire.
Wow, okay.
The other court officials searched for some fault in Daniel, but they couldn't find anything wrong with him. He was faithful, responsible, and completely trustworthy.
Wait.
The court officials realized the only way to get at Daniel would be to challenge his faith.
Come on.
So they went to King Darius
Excuse me, Your Majesty.
and advised him to make a law that for the next 30 days, any person who prays to anyone except King Darius will be thrown into the lion's den.
I like it.
King Darius signed this law, and once a Babylonian king signed a law, it could not be overruled. When Daniel learned of this law, he went home and knelt down, as he always did, to pray in his room with the windows open towards Jerusalem. He prayed 3 times a day, just as he always had done, giving thanks to God and asking for his help. The officials went to Daniel's house and found him praying.
Gotcha.
They went to the king and reminded him of the law.
I remember.
Well,
Then they said that Daniel had been found praying to God 3 times a day.
What?
When the king heard this, he was very upset.
Get over here.
And he spent the whole day trying to think of a way to save Daniel.
Wait, what?
By that evening, the court officials came back to the king and reminded him that no law signed by the Babylonian king could be overruled. So at last, the king gave orders for Daniel to be thrown into the lion's den. The king said to him, "May your God, who you serve faithfully, rescue you." Then the lion's den was sealed shut with Daniel inside. The king spent the night fasting and couldn't sleep. Then very early in the morning, the king hurried to the lion's den. He called out,
Hey, Daniel.
"Was your God able to rescue you from the lions?" And Daniel answered, "Long live the king! My God sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths so that they would not hurt me, for I have been found innocent in his sight." The king was overjoyed and ordered that Daniel be taken out of the lion's den. Then the king ordered the men who had schemed against Daniel to be thrown into the lion's den as punishment. Daniel was safe. There was not a scratch on him, for he trusted in God.
Don't you just love that story? It's probably one of the most famous stories from the Old Testament. And God saved Daniel from those lions. How amazing. Do you know why he did it? Because Daniel trusted God. You and I can trust God too. You know, we might not have to sleep in a den of lions. In fact, I'm really hoping we don't have to ever sleep in a den of lions. But we go through other stuff that sometimes feels almost as scary as it must have been for Daniel that night. You know, there's a lot going on in the world and it is a scary kind of time. But God is still with us. And when we trust in God, we can believe that He will protect us. There's this great verse that I love that's in Psalm 4. It's verse 8 and it says this: "I will lie down and sleep in peace, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety." When I was a kid, I had a lot of nightmares and I wouldn't really enjoy going to bed sometimes because I was scared that I was going to have more nightmares. And so I learnt this verse: "I will lie down and sleep in peace, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety." You know, the Bible doesn't say that Daniel slept that night, but maybe he did. And I'm quite sure that if he did have a sleep with all those lions around him, he would have known that it was God who was going to keep him safe. So this week, whatever's going on for you and your life, your school, whatever's going on around you, I want you to know that you can rest in God's presence. He will keep you safe. He will give you peace. He really is all that we need. Thank you, Lord, that we can trust in you. Please help us, even when life is difficult. Help us still to trust in you and know that you will keep us safe. Thank you, Lord. Amen. You guys, the book of Daniel is absolutely fantastic. We have only touched on 3 little stories in there, but there's loads of other great stuff. God does amazing things through Daniel and his friends because they chose to put him first, because they chose to stand up for him, because they chose to trust in him, knowing he would protect them and that he would bring them right through. And he did. God really did look after them. So go away, read the book of Daniel for yourselves. If you've got questions, send us a quick email. We love that. Just now though, we're going to go over to Jackie for some craft.
Good morning everyone. I hope you've had a really good week this week. Now normally I would show you what we're going to make today, but today I'm going to sort of make it with you. So hopefully you can bear with me and that will make sense as we go along. What we are making is a lion using autumn leaves, and we've chosen that because obviously Vanessa and Steve have been speaking to everyone about Daniel and the lion's den this morning. So I will now show you what I have done and what we need to do to make this. Okay, so I have made this half of the craft earlier. So this is using all the autumn leaves. Now I gathered this a few weeks ago when I went for a walk with a good friend, and so they are quite dried out now. So I think you could use green ones, it possibly would be easier. But obviously the idea is to get these lovely autumn colours, so the yellows and the oranges and the reds that all the leaves are changing to. So all you need to do is obviously collect as many leaves as you like, and then just cut the stems off with some scissors, and you're ready to go. The key to this is lots and lots and lots of glue. I'm not going to lie. Now what I did is I actually drew around a plate to give me a circle shape. I then took my PVA glue, did a big circle of glue, laid a circle of leaves on it, another circle of glue with the leaves just slightly in a bit, and then a third row. You can do as many as you like or as few as you like. How many leaves will depend on the size of the leaves and how many rows you do. Once I did all that, I actually put the plate back on top to give it some weight and to squish everything together, and left it to dry for a while, which is why I haven't finished it off ahead of the video today. It just, because all the leaves had dried in sort of weird bendy shapes, they weren't touching each other very well. By putting the weight on, it did make sure that it obviously dried quite well and is all very stuck together. So once you've got to that point, what we need to do is make the face. So firstly, you will just need a circle. Now I'm using yellow paper, but as always, you can be as creative as you like, and 2 ears. So these are just triangles with the corners cut off. Very simple. So I'm going to just use a glue stick for this and pop some on the bottom of each ear and just stick these to my circle, sort of offset up at the top. That's going to be my rough lion shape. Then, using a pen, I'm going to give him some eyes and a nose, mouth, and some whiskers, of course. And then I just think it's nice, sorry this is not really dry yet obviously, to colour in the middle bits of the ears, like so. Then back to the PVA. So I am just going to do a nice circle of glue. Again, don't be shy because the surface is quite uneven. And pop my lion's face on there. Now, I'm not going to hold this up because obviously this is still very wet. But there you go, that gives you some ideas. So the leaves do give it a really nice big mane. So I hope you have a lovely week, everybody. Please, please, please do send in your pictures of things that you've made. I saw a very beautiful chameleon picture this week. So don't forget to send those kinds of things in to Pastor Steve, and have a lovely week.
Wow, Jackie, thank you very much for that craft. That was amazing. I look forward to seeing you guys making that this week. Do remember to send your crafts in, steve@destinychurch.co.uk. You can send it via WhatsApp or via Messenger as well. Just send me an email, I'll send you details of how to do that as well. Well, we've had loads of fun today, hearing about Daniel, hearing about the fact that God can protect us, that we can be rest assured that God is with us and that God will look after us. Remember to check out the website destinychurch.co.uk, where you'll be able to get colouring sheets, memory verses and loads of fun for you to go along with this lesson and every other episode of Destiny Children's TV. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell to get notifications from Destiny Wakefield. And just above all, have a fantastic week. God bless you all. Goodbye!
'Cause you are the way, the truth, and the life. We'll live by faith and not by sight. For you, living all for you. 'Cause you are the way, the truth, and the life. We'll live by faith and not by sight. For you, living all for you. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I can live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one that I could live for. One way, Jesus, you're the only one.